The MPV space has seen a lot of action in recent years. You've got the Triber and the Ertiga at the lower end of the segment. You've got the Innova Krista and the Carnival at the premium range of the segment. Somewhere in between is the XL6 and the Kia Carens. Let's see how the facelifted XL6 does to lift up its game. Five new things on the exterior of the new XL6. Let's start with one, the wheels. These are 16-inch alloy wheels. The earlier XL6 got only 15-inch wheels. This fills up the wheel well, and it's also standard on all variants of the XL6. Two, there's a lot more chrome on the XL6. The front grille is more SUV-ish. Although it's an MPV, there's a lot of body cladding as well on the outside to give it a more purposeful stance. Three, there are cameras all around the car. It's got a 360-degree camera, one in the front, two on the wing mirrors and one at the back to give it an all-round view when you're parking. Four, you've got roof rails and a spoiler as well as a shark fin antenna. You've also got a dual tone paint scheme with the XL6 now. It'll look nicer with the lighter colors. On this blue, you won't be able to see it. And we've got the regular single paint scheme over here. Five, you've got the smoke tail lamps. Very little change at the back, but you will notice it compared to the earlier XL6. Five cool things about the XL6 interior. The front two seats are cooled now, just like the Carens. Second, the XL6 gets a 6-speed automatic gearbox now. This is the manual. We'll show you clips of the automatic. It's also got paddle shifters. Third, the XL6 gets a lot more customizable functions on the display as well as an updated infotainment system, the Smart Play Pro. It's also got a lot of voice commands where you get a lot of information on the screen. Let's try this.
Hi, what can I do for you?
Driving range.
Taking you to fuel economy screen.
Fourth, the XL6 gets a tire pressure monitoring system on the top spec variants. It's not showing here, but the production cars will get them. The XL6 continues to get the smart hybrid system. Basically mild hybrid tech that uses an integrated starter generator paired with a lithium-ion battery to eke out a little more efficiency. 5. You buy an MPV for the space it offers. The XL6 gets captain seats for the middle row as well, and the last row it can fold flat to give you a huge loading bay. The XL6 gets a 6-speed automatic gearbox now compared to the 4-speed it got earlier. There are also paddle shifters which helps you choose the right gear when you're driving up, say, an hill climb. Driving up a hill climb really puts the 6-speeder through a test. The 4-speed auto box was slow and it rarely picked the right gear when you were climbing up a steep gradient. But this new 6-speeder is much better, easier to drive. You barely have to go into manual mode. You still have the paddle shifters if you want to choose your gear, but it just manages this hill climb quite easy. With the new gearbox, this could be a lot more easier drive than before. It's also got hill hold, so if say you're climbing up a hill and you have come to a stop because of traffic or something, you don't have to worry about getting out of it. Let me slow down, put it in manual and accelerate. Now I'm in first gear. The gearbox automatically shifts to auto mode from the manual mode because it doesn't require a lower gear, and I think that's the way it's saving fuel as well. Two things about the new 6-speed automatic gearbox. It's a lot easier to use now. Now I'm driving downhill, but climbing up the hill it faced no problems. The 4-speeder always found you wanting for more power when you're up say a hairpin or a steep incline, but this one is better. Overall the interiors are comfortable. We've got cooled seats now. Obviously Maruti product planners So that was a great feature to give in a Karen's, and they thought why not the XL6 have it too. It's definitely comfortable, but only the front seats obviously get cooling. A little bit about the driving position, you sit a bit too high in the XL6. This is the lowest seating position I have, and it almost feels like I'm on top of the vehicle instead of sitting nicely comfortably in it. The good bit about the steering wheel now is that it can adjust for rake and reach. Earlier it was only adjustable for rake, so that gives you a slightly better driving position than before. You sit fairly high, get a good view of the road, but I'd like it to be a little lower. Prices of all cars have gone up. Inflation has been brutal on the automotive industry. With the XL6 facelift, prices are higher too, starting from Rs 11.29 lakh ex-showroom, going up all the way to 14.55 lakh for the top spec Alpha Plus variant with the dual tone paint scheme. The goal of the XL6 facelift was to make this car a little bit better on all fronts. You got larger wheels, you got a more SUV stance, as well as a lot more features than before. Now the XL6 also gets a 6-speed automatic gearbox, as well as a few tweaks to the engine to make it drive a little better. Overall, a well-rounded product from Maruti.